we have a new HOH.
Congratulations. For the first time, you are the head of household.
So Angela won the HOH competition. I don't know what that competition was, but I am happy to hear that the 50-year-old mom won it, because we know that a lot of these competitions tend to be more for like the cam type body types or the mats. You got to have a six-pack to win. So clearly this wasn't one of them, which is fantastic. So Angela won HOH. A lot of conversations through the night. Conversations this morning, Angela is already tearing up and crying. The feeds went down for the nominations. She nominated Lisa. She nominated Chemo and Kenny, which disappointing, because before feeds went down, it seemed as though she might be heading in a way where she was going to put Matt up on the block. Matt, the Gene on Gene prom king.
Matt has already made his way to Lisa. Oh, he did? Oh, he did.
Yeah, he's going to everybody.
Yeah.
He's playing hard.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. He's playing sloppy, but he's
his
playing
little beady
hard.
eyes, it's always like this.
But him, and him.
Look, seriously, do you see the way he looks at you? What's going on in that? She crazy eyes.
Originally, I think it was always going to be Chemo and Kenny, but we have to have 3 nominations, and I think this is because we have these twists and turns in play, and we have these 2 upgrades that house guests received. They're going to get multiple chances to take themselves off the block. Kenny, the cop, the undercover cop, he couldn't stay undercover enough not to get nominated. In my opinion, again, remember, I'm very opinionated, but you're welcome to have your opinion. I think Chemo is more of a pawn, but I just think Angela, you got it's a hard situation because you have all these other factors and these twists that have come into play with these upgrades and downgrades. But as I go big, go home, put up 2 big targets, and it looked like Matt has been talking a lot on the feeds. The Karate Kid, he has been holding court in the storage room. He was getting his little troops together and acting like he was the dang HOH. But I think it's more to do with he doesn't necessarily know what he's doing. Mackenzie and Matt have set themselves as a little bit of a target because there seems to be a budding showmance, despite the fact that they're not admitting to it. And Mackenzie's like, I don't know. Mackenzie is messy. So far, she's already talked crap on the HOH. And also our little blonde VIP cocktail waitress queen, Leah.
I really just want a girl to win. I can't even believe a guy has ever won Big Brother ever.
I don't know why you would talk crap on the HOH. You probably wait till after she's done being HOH, but that definitely put a target on her back and also Matt's back because they are so close. I clocked on while watching the feeds that the night before, obviously we didn't have feeds. The first feed started late last night, early this morning for East Coasters. And they stayed up like all night talking in the bathroom. So there's definitely a budding connection between Matt and Mackenzie. So Kylie says, Lord help us, not a showmance already. I mean, it's not a for sure thing, but it's a for sure thing. I'm very happy to see that Angela won HOH. I do wish she would have just went with like just all alpha kind of energy, I should say the stereotypical alpha, the abs, went with like a Matt, and then with Kenny. I haven't heard too much from Kenny. It doesn't seem like people necessarily really dislike the undercover cop, but I think he is falling victim to, they're going to get rid of the oldest dude in the house. And it seemed as though early when we found out Angela was HOH and when we first started watching the feeds, the vibe we got from her was that she wanted to make moves, but I think since she was first HOH, she's like, I'll go with maybe a little more of a consensus nomination, and thought, hey, Kenny's not someone that I think would save me or not put me up, so I'll put him up. And he's also the old guy, so I think he just maybe fell victim to that. I'm not really sure. Again, we've only had feeds for such a short amount of time. Murky Piglet says brains over brawn, maybe go Angela. Yeah, I'm excited for Angela. It seems like I don't understand the Lisa I think the Lisa nomination, since she has to nominate 3, which is pretty shitty as an HOH when you have to nominate 3 people, that's a pretty good percentage of the house that you're pissing off. And then knowing that they're going to have multiple opportunities to take themselves off the block. So Chelsea and Joseph, you'll see them on the top row, kind of in the middle there. Joseph with the mustache and Chelsea, they're playing hard. They're both pretty close with Angela, the HOH, and they think Mackenzie and Matt are kind of dumb lollipops. They're not really feeling them, and that they're putting targets on their own backs. And I don't think they're wrong. So they're putting the work in and talking with Angela. Angela has also partnered up with Brooklyn right above her. So you'll see Angela on the bottom row, Brooklyn above her, the 2 moms in the house. Remember, Brooklyn wants to be the first married mother, as opposed to the unmarried mothers out there, to win Big Brother. No, would she be the first? I don't even remember. But yes, I think she said she wanted to do that. Okay, first married mother. So her and Angela have made a mom type alliance. And I believe they have a final 2. So we're day 3 of Big Brother. We only had the feeds for less than 24 hours, and these players are playing. So you can't hate on them for that, because at least they're not sitting around just waiting to be picked off. They are playing. So those 2. There's also a 9 that they're trying to form. You know, it kind of brings you back to a lot of PTSD times of undeniable. Remember that? Oh, God. There's always, but it's kind of par for the course now with Big Brother that there's going to be a big alliance trying to form. Again, it's not going to stay. It's going to be a hot mess. And the people that were nominated being Chemo, Lisa, and Kenny, which just happened to be right next to each other on this picture on the bottom row, they were not in the 9. So yeah, that's kind of what's happening. So right now it kind of feels like it's the Angela versus Matt and Mackenzie house. That's how it's feeling to me. When the feeds came back and Angela had nominated Lisa, Chemo, and Kenny, Lisa seemed a little shell-shocked, and she was talking to her in the pink unicorn, aka salami room. Shout out to Haru. And obviously she's like, we'll figure this out. Angela's like, we'll figure this out. And Lisa's like, okay. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, Anna makes a good point. Anna says, Angela needs to get her emotions in check. Once you nominate someone, you have to be ready to defend the choice. Angela is good. She's an interesting character from what we've seen already in the episodes and also on the feeds. She's very emotional. Okay. And she is going to be a player that plays with those emotions, but she's also very smart from what I've noticed. But I could see a paranoia spiral in her future. As she was up in the HOH room. She talks to the cameras though, you guys. She's a cam talker. So one of us, which is exciting. But she's just up there putting the pieces together, kind of freaking out at certain points, getting a little paranoid. But she does have, Chelsea, Brooklyn, maybe even Joseph, a few of them that can talk her off the ledge, hopefully, because we have seen some bad HOH spirals. First week, second week HOH spirals. Remember Frenchie? That was quite the spiral. We had what's his face from BB16, Devin. Devin has a daughter. And he's like, I have a daughter. Saw a Devin spiral. So that could, be something that is not going to be great for Angela's game, but very entertaining for the rest of us. Janet says, Jolene, Brooklyn didn't annoy me yet. She hasn't annoyed me yet either. But again, we haven't had the feeds. I'm trying to be, as much as I roast and, make jokes, I'm trying to give each player as much of a chance as I can without all my preconceived stuff coming in of all the archetypes they love to put in the house and the personalities. Matt is early annoying me. He's annoying me. He thinks he's running stuff. I hate a dude with abs who walks in and thinks he's running the place. We know Rubina said she's not going to be mansplained to, so we'll see if they come to, I don't want to say to blows, they're not going to fight each other, but there's some beef that develops there because of it. Cedric, the youngster, the newly hatched, shout out to the archives, the newly hatched Cedric, the little fetus Cedric, he's playing too. You know, he's all over. He's kind of, it was a lot of following these people throughout the house. There are people who are really playing. You have the Joseph, Cedric, Chelsea, Angela. Quinn seems to be a favorite in the house. Both sides, if there are sides that are forming, which it appears there are, but there's a lot of intermingling and a lot of overflow from one group to the next. A lot of the feeds that I watched, because again, we don't have the flashback option, which is so annoying, so I can't go back and see what I missed. But what I saw, a lot of it was revolved around Matt. Mackenzie will not shut up. I did not think Mackenzie was going to talk this much. I really didn't. I thought, oh, she's going to be like an Angela from BB20. She's going to look pissed all the time. No, she has lots of feelings and you're going to know about it. And she's going to talk shit on the HOH while the HOH is HOHing. So very messy over there. And Brooklyn's gaming, like I said, with Angela. Rubina's being included in these groups and she's making her rounds. But I didn't see a ton from Cam. But Quinn seems to be a hot commodity. Matt seems to be holding court. Angela is really watching these dudes, and you can tell that she has watched the show previously because she is like, okay, I think, because you know, Kenny came in and pitched to her early today before the feeds went down for nominations, and she said he was really, you know, after he left, she's like, he was really repping for Matt. And she goes, oh, they're working together. They think I'm stupid. They're like, oh, this old lady. Oh, Matt told him what to say. They planned that. And I thought, oh, here we go. We're going to get a Matt and Kenny nomination. But she ends up not nominating Matt. And I really wish she would have. I thought that'd be awesome. That would be awesome. Okay. So right now we have Angela talking to Kenny in. I hate that there's no flash conversation. Paramount Plus, CBS Brother, fix this. This is the worst idea you've had. It's horrible. So Kenny's kind of like, why am I going up? What's happening? I'm a cop. And Angela's like, I was just watching you. And, you know, I was thinking, and you had said you felt like you weren't being yourself and you weren't having the conversations you need to have. And I said to you, Kenny, do you see what you're saying right now? You need to do that. You need to go in there. You need to do all this because you just left me. But I told you to go in there and do your thing and be who you are. That's why you were picked to be here. You got to show that. And Angela feels like he didn't build those relationships. So she's kind of going with, it was a house consensus. Meanwhile, in the food storage, this food storage, I have never seen. Last summer, it got action. There were great times. We had Mimi getting frustrated at these people in the food storage. But this year, the food storage is like the chill zone. And right now you have Rubina in there, Chelsea in there, Leah in there, and Mackenzie. They're hanging out by the trash. Who wants to hang out by the trash? It stinks. I understand there's a door there. But anywhere else, ladies, one of the bedrooms, but maybe this is the spot because then they can, you know, pretend they're just getting food. But who's getting food for 5 hours? Ryan says, how was Matt in the storage room for hours? Well, Angela noticed it, Ryan. Matt was in the storage room for hours last night. He would stay there. Different people would come in. He was just holding court, and Angela noticed that, and that put a target on his back. Not the brightest bulb, but we didn't think he was going to be the brightest bulb going in.
Do you see the way he looks at you? What's going on now? Your crazy eyes.